kind of building off on the last slide, after the Jolene vote where I was told to kiss my ass, um, I realized that this jury was not going to be the most friendly in the world. And so it kind of made me concoct a plan of let me just take the people that have had the most beef with this jury as possible to the end, which is why I took people like Trey, who had beef with people on the jury, or just didn't have a relationship with the likes of Ryan, or Abigail, who was also told to kiss their ass and also had beef with the likes of Heidi and internet. Why I kept someone like Luke, who was a constant flip flopper, who was leaking plans. People that at the end of the day were not respected. And again, I'm only using the perceptions that the jury is giving off as they are leaving. But in a game like this, that is all you can get. And so that's why I'm in a top six. I was in a top six with those people. Then you look at someone like Greg and internet. Greg, full transparency, I probably wanted you out earlier, but the fact that you had two idols and were on a very impressive immunity streak probably did you in a little bit in any sort of plans to get you out. But I did enjoy working with you, obviously. But then you have internet, who, as I mentioned beforehand in my speech, I ended up getting into a final three deal with internet at this point. And so I was at a final six where 4 out of 5 people not only wanted to work with me, get to the end, but also had beef with people that were on the jury. Where, as much as I like internet, as much as I like people like Greg, there's also people that are either right next to me or also on that jury that had problems with your games and were actively telling me because we were having those types of conversations. Those were the main conversations that I was trying to have with people because I knew that if I wanted to get to the end, I needed to be very careful with the people that I was sitting next to. And so I kept shields mainly for one, yes, keeping shields that were based off of threat level. That's always going to be the case. You got to keep the people that are more threatening in front of you. But it's also keeping the people that you know the jury either does not respect, does not like, or a mix of both. And I know that people like Abigail and Trey have a bunch of fans on the jury and outside of the jury. But I knew that they also didn't have certain people on their side, which is why I brought them to the end.